Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Chit Chat 14. Today I have Raghunath with me, and just before he talks about his part, I'll just take you through what the market is, the status of the market, and what it is looking like right now. The same old chart, it's getting boring now. It's just up, and up. So in fact, it has given a double top buy now. So any weakness will be only below 17,350, which is quite far away. But in fact, I had mentioned the decline, small pullback here. I had clearly mentioned last weekend that we might get a column of O, and then it is a double top breakout. So that has already happened. It took support near 17,350. Again, that same support which I'll show in the hourly chart again. So that remains the support. Before above that, maybe 17,700, 17,500 kind of levels. But then right now it is bullish. Let's see what the other charts are saying. This is the intraday chart of Nifty futures. This is a huge anchor column, which so any weakness will be, I mean, on an intraday basis, only below 11,570. Sorry, 17,570s. This is a big anchor column. So whenever there is an anchor column, that need the low of that anchor column needs to be given importance. So as long as Nifty is above 17, let's say 550, it is still a buy on dip. Of course, I'm not saying that you should hold your longs. If you get a intraday sell signal, you need to exit because we are already 300 points above that. So you can't have a stop loss which is more than 300 points away. But on any dip, unless it is not, if it is not breaking 17,550, market can rise again. So basically, what it means is last week we talked about 17,350. This week we are talking about 17,550 as the support. This is one chart which I will not talk about much. This expiry, I mean, this month is going to expire on 30th September, which is the next week. So this is a call which is 18,000 call of 30th September, and this is a daily chart. I have not made it a 1 minute chart, and I always like to look at daily charts of options because what happens is these kind of round numbers they come into leap options. They have been traded 6 months, 8 months back. So the extreme left which you see, that is from April 2021. So that is 5 months back, and you will see the high which is near 80, 85 on the left. So that can act as a resistance, which means around 18,050, 18,100 on Nifty, depending on when that is achieved. Now we have only four trading days for expiry. So that is one level which, I mean, I think even on the candlestick chart, there is a channel resistance near 18,000, same level. So 18,050, 18,100 will be the level to watch out for in case Nifty goes up further straight from here. And maybe for September, that might be the level which might act as a resistance. What happens in October, we'll have to see later. Now, last week I had talked about Bank Nifty about to break out. We were here that time. It had shown an anchor column, but what happened was Nifty raised up much stronger than Bank Nifty. Of course, Bank Nifty also has gone up. So this is the beauty of relative strength charts. This is a relative strength chart of Bank Nifty upon Nifty. Though Bank Nifty has gone up, Nifty went up more, and that's why you'll see on Monday when the market declined, this was the bearish anchor column which is formed, and now again we are back to some sort of weakness in the, or rather sideways movement in the relative strength chart. So there are two big anchor columns. So unless that is crossed, Nifty, it is unlikely that Bank Nifty will outperform Nifty, because everyone knows that, I mean, there were some banks, no, some one day Axis Bank went up, one day HDFC Bank went up. It is not a secular rally in Bank Nifty, so to speak. And at the same time, HDFC went up, Reliance went up, the other Nifty stocks went up, ITC went up. So that is something which makes Bank Nifty on the RS chart underperforming. That is what it means. This is the VIX chart which I had shown last week. Again, this is a daily chart. It is approached resistance near that 200 EMA. Now, again, that is a point which a lot of people debate on, whether you can use moving averages on VIX, and first of all, whether VIX can be charted. Why not? You can see the resistance here, and even on a weekly chart, I had explained the low here, so it is still rising. But like I had explained on the point and figure chart, unless it crosses the 20, there is not much to worry. This is a 45-degree trend line, 1920 is the resistance. So now we have a column of O. So the next double top buy will be on a close above 17.6, and then it might go and hit 1920. So 17.6 on a closing basis has to be watched on VIX. Coming to the hourly chart of Nifty futures, this is again, I had mentioned here the support 17,350. It bounced from there, and then there was a huge rally over next 3 days. And yesterday, the only sort of consolation for bears was the first hour high, which is 17,935, was not crossed for the whole day. So I mean, that is not a bearish sign, but bears would like to gladly take that as a bearish sign. So unless we cross 17,935, it can give a pullback. On a pullback, this high, which was near 17,800, can act as a support. So below 17,935, maybe, sorry, if it doesn't cross 17,935, we have already come to 17,820 as a low. So only below 17,800, there will be weakness on an intraday basis. So this is what the hourly chart tells. Another thing which I have watched is 17,900 call and put. So let me just plot the intraday. Sorry, they are already there. It says. So if you see, the green line is the OI of the 17,900 calls, and the red line is the OI of the 17,900 put. So this is about 36 lakhs, and that is not even 20 lakhs. So the put call ratio at 17,900 is definitely not bullish, naturally, because Nifty hardly remained above 17,900 for more than an hour yesterday. So if Nifty has to cross 17,900, this put writing at 17,900 put has to pick up. So yesterday it went to a high of 35 lakhs OI, and it got covered to almost 20 lakhs in the last couple of hours. That was a bit strange because that time Nifty was coming down slightly. So keep an eye on this put call ratio, or just the OI of the put and call. If the OI of the put goes towards the OI of the call, or maybe even crosses that, that is a bullish sign. If not, even if Nifty goes towards 18,000 and this is not changing much, that is a sign that the resistance might act later. So you should not be long blindly after that. So this PCR or the OI of the 17,900 call and 17,900 put will play a major role next week, because in any case expiry is approaching. Now this is the chart of Bank Nifty on an EOD basis, which has given a slight breakout. But like I said, unless all the banks or majority of the banks start performing, sometimes it is Kotak Bank, sometimes it is IndusInd, sometimes it is HDFC. You don't have more than half the banks rallying. So it's only one bank at a time, that kind of a rally. So that's why on a relative strength chart, it is not outperforming, though Bank Nifty has given a breakout. So let's see whether this breakout sustains. On an hourly chart, the other problem is, in fact, that is something which I had tweeted yesterday. I'll show you what I meant. This is what I had tweeted. On a weekly chart, this is the weekly chart. The top is almost the same. Last week's tops and this week's tops. Last week was 118.78, and yesterday it was 118.6. So 38 120 needs to be crossed for any strength in Bank Nifty. And not only this, here also it was around 37 700 800. So though it has closed above that, it needs to cross this week and last week's high next week, which means above 38 120. So that will be a sign of good bullishness in Bank Nifty, and then maybe there will be more banks which might rally if Bank Nifty crosses 38 120. Otherwise, I mean, this candle is almost like an inside candle compared to last week. So we might see the same thing again next week. So you have to watch out for that, because the RS chart of Nifty and Bank Nifty is still not improving. This is the hourly chart of Bank Nifty futures. Quite a good bearish candle in the opening hour yesterday. And though Nifty went and touched the morning high at least once, Bank Nifty high did not go there at all. So that is another, I mean, I wouldn't say a bearish sign, but it is not a bullish sign. And why it is not so bullish sign? Because here also, from the last week high, it had seen a huge sell off all the way from 38 185 to almost 500 points. So that's why this is important. It needs to cross 38 one, whatever. I mean, last week's and current week's high decisively. If that is not crossed, maybe we might see bearishness in bank stocks. So that is all from my side. Raghunath, any questions? Otherwise, I can make you the presenter.
I don't have any questions, but more like a comment
Yeah,
that when we are so close to a big round figure, like
right.
18,000 we have, so more likely that we are going to hit 18,000, right? I mean, there is very strong bullishness even compared to global markets. I think Indian market is still very strong,
Yes,
relatively speaking, because S&P already corrected some 5%, but we barely touched even 2%.
yes.
So it looks like that, it will at least tag 18,000 before it goes down or whatever it does next.
Yeah. In fact, I think Dow has already gone almost close to the 200 DMA, whereas in Nifty 200 DMA is can't even be seen on the chart.
Yeah,
It's so.
exactly. I mean, I was just looking at these moving averages of Nifty. Also this 52-week high and 52-week low.
Hmm.
52-week low is at 10,800 something. So we
Okay.
are almost like 7,000 points away from
70%
52-week
more.
low. So
Yeah.
it was such a huge move. So I think maybe in 100 points it will take out 18,000 and then it will consolidate or whatever it might happen.
In
Maybe
fact,
the earning.
historically, I had done one study a few weeks back. Whenever such a round figure is crossed,
Yeah,
it goes up by 50, 100 points and then starts correcting somewhat.
yeah,
Same thing happened at 17,000, same thing happened at 16,000, same thing happened at 15,000. So now we are
yes.
at 18,000. And even the options data is suggesting that we might not go above 18,000 decisively. So it will be an
Mm.
interesting week, definitely.
Yeah, because it's a psychological figure, and Sensex already crossed 60,000. So Nifty
Yeah,
has to
that
do
joke about
something.
senior citizen and adult.
Yeah,
Nifty is not yet an adult.
yeah, exactly. I've been talking about different kinds of strategies, and but now I've run out of strategies to talk about. So someone asked me that, how do you trade and what do you look for? And I mean, that is a big topic because I look at different things and each week I trade differently, barring from two or three systems. I have many other discretionary kind of trading things. So today I thought of talking one of that, trading that I do. It is kind of a system based, but also it has some kind of discretion involved. So I thought of talking about this particular trade. So it's a very simple logic. There is nothing very complex. So basically, we are looking for a breakout or a breakdown in the chart. Now, breakouts we can look at based on PNF charts, or we can look at even candlestick charts. We can simply, draw a line or trend line or a horizontal line, and then take it from there. So there are different systems out there which looks at these breakouts, right? Now you have all-time high breakouts, then you have resistance breakouts, support breakdowns. So there are different ways of these breakouts. Now let's just imagine that you have a breakout system in place. Now how to trade if something breaks out? So usually people trade with either futures or they buy a long option depending on it's a breakout or breakdown. Uh, so it could be long call option, long put option, or short a futures or buy a futures. So it could be different ways. But today I am going to uh, talk about spreads. In my last chit chat, I talked about this exactly this on directional strategies. So, but today I will focus only on the option spreads and how you can use the breakout when once you get a breakout signal. And I will talk about one particular breakout signal that I've been using in the past 1 year or so. It's a very simple breakout system, and then I use that uh, to do the spreads. And I will tell you why I do spreads instead of a long call option, because there in spreads we can have flexibility depending on how strong the breakout is or how strong or weak the breakout is. So today I will talk about one particular trade I took in August expiry. So that one I think AP, you would be very familiar with this one because you have tweeted about this one. So you should know about this one. So this is a Bharti Airtel. So
Yeah,
the breakout happened, and you tweeted this, and I also watching this on PNF chart. So this happened on 20th of July. So it was close to expiry of July. So I
yeah,
had to take the trade on August expiry. So here you can see this is, as I said, this is a candlestick chart. Here it was a resistance here, and it took a support here, and again resistance here, and again resistance here, and then it gave a breakout here.
yeah,
So I mean, the Bharti Airtel has been a very sluggish stock. It was sideways and it was giving so many support, resistance, and all those things. But at this point of time, it was interesting because it was kind of breaching so many support and resistances, and it was a clean breakout here. Of course, there was again some resistance here and here, but at this point of time, there was a clean breakout. And if you look at the chart on the PNF. Okay, this is 1 minute chart and 0.25% chart. And as you can see here, I put a in stocks I use 15 the default anchor column, which is a 15 box one. So what I look for here is that there should be an anchor column and there should be a follow through in the
right.
form of double top buy, or if it is going down in the form of double bottom sell. So this is my a very simple breakout system for me.
Yeah,
So here, as you can see here, on 20th of July, if you look at the date on the top here, you will see that around 12 p 11 yeah 12 p.m. we saw sorry, around 12:53 p.m. we saw this double top buy signal after the anchor column, this huge anchor column. So for me, this is a good signal to
mm.
go long on this particular strategy or on this particular ticker. Now the strategy that I use for this kind of signal is a bull call spread. Okay, so bull call spread is nothing but you buy at the money option, call option, and you sell out of the money call option. The most simple form of thing.
So on
And
20th July, you were looking at August options, right?
yes, August options.
Mm.
So now the stop loss for this is that the whether we can use this signal here, 530 double bottom cell signal here, 537, or still this anchor column is taken out.
Low of the anchor column, yeah.
Yeah, low of the anchor column. So it's totally up to you. Now now what we'll do is that we go on the simulator. We'll do this same thing. So I actually took this trade. So around 1:30 p.m. I took this trade. So we'll use the that exact time point to go with this. So now we go to 28th of July and then go to 1:30 p.m. Okay.
Change it to Bharati, right?
Oh yeah. All right.
Long 540 call.
No, the long will be 570 in this case.
अच्छा,
It's at the
Bharati
money.
डाल दी बाद आपका, yeah.
Yeah, it was around 570 by that time.
So after
So
the
we see,
breakout.
yes, after the breakout. Okay, so we buy this and then we sell a 20-point width. Now it depends. Now this is where the subjectiveness comes.
Okay.
Now, so before we going with the simulation, what I wanted to show is that depending on how strong this anchor column is, how big this anchor column is, you can decide on going uh, to choose the width. Okay, depending how much width you want to choose for your option strategy. Now width, because each stock has different width. Some have 20, some have 40, some have 5. So just width is not enough, right? We can say two strikes away or something like that. But logically, it doesn't make sense to me because it becomes too subjective in that case. So instead, what we can do is that we can simply show. I'm just showing the Nifty one. If you choose an at the money here, so what we can do is that we can go with in normal conditions. If a normal breakout is not a very strong breakout, we simply go with at the money, and the difference between those two should be at least around 30 delta. So if it is 50, then you short a 20 delta call. Okay, that should be the default choice for you when you are choosing this option strategy. Okay, 50 and 20 delta call you short. So similarly, we do the something similar here. So that was for Nifty, but here what I did was because it was a strong breakout, because earlier also it gave a anchor column before, so I chose this to be a strong breakout. So what
Yeah.
I did was I instead chose a 30 delta, close to 30 delta option. Okay, so here I bought a 50 delta call option, and then I short a 30 delta call option. So this is
Hmm.
how it looks. Okay. Now you have to remember that when you do this kind of trade, always make sure that the max loss should always be less than your max profit. Either it should be 1 to 1 or more than that, or 1.25 or 1.5. The risk reward ratio. Okay. So now I got this signal, and so I took this trade. So as long as this low is not broken here, which is 554, or your low of your anchor column, which was around 540. Okay. So as long as that doesn't break, we are not going to exit this trade. Okay. So we keep on doing this, and then we got a even stronger follow through.
Yeah.
And here you got here, right? Now the market went up to 627 here.
Hmm.
Okay. So now again we got another anchor column right here. So now once we get another anchor column, now that will be our stop loss next.
Yeah.
So instead of this, Now we are moving. It is kind of trailing stop loss, but instead we are using a anchor column. So now here 575 is my stop loss in this case.
Hmm.
As long as it is happening, then I'll keep going on. Okay. Now, if you are somebody who has followed me or we followed the option stock, we talked about this particular option strategies where if you get around 50% of max profit here, right? 36,000 you got. So now you can kind of take out the downside risk. Okay, that is one option for you. So what we can do is that we can go even further out of the money and a short a call option. So we can go maybe 670, 680, something like that. Okay. So that is one option you can choose. So we can go with 670 maybe. So if we sell that, we kind of reducing our risk. So if you're not happy with this kind of thing, you can go with maybe 660. Okay. So you're trying to make as less uh, max loss on the downside as much as possible. Now, don't be too aggressive here because we don't know what will happen in the market. If it keeps on going even in the same direction, well, that can be risk for us.
Yes.
So always maintain some healthy distance uh, from the current price. Okay. So now we keep on going till expiry. Okay. So one more thing you might have noticed that we have improved our max profit
Yes.
also. So now this is how you do this strategy. See now we already got around 42,000. So we could have exited here. And then if the signal is still strong, okay, if the signal is still strong, so where were we? We are around 613. So our low is still not taken out. So instead, what we can do is that we simply go and roll over to the next month strategy. Okay. So instead, we go to the September month expiry.
Hmm.
And if you 575 was never taken out, so you can simply take that next month strategy. And if you would have still followed the same thing, and your next stop loss would have been 627. And then now you know the story, what has happened. So the September expiry is not there, so I'm not showing that. But you could have imagined, right, what has happened with this particular trade. So we are simply following through. We are going simply following the trend in this case.
So does that mean that on August expiry day, whatever is the at the money level, you buy
Yeah,
September at the money call that time and short 20 delta September call
yeah,
that time?
exactly. Yes, exactly. So at this point of time, let's say we exited here 620, 613.
Yes.
So we would have taken 610 of September expiry and maybe 640 or something like that as our short option. And then
Okay.
same follow the same strategy.
Yeah, but now that Bharti is 730,
Yeah.
that profit would have been capped, right? I mean, you would have.
Yeah, again we can what we can do is that we can short a little bit far away one more call option. Similarly, the same way we have done with this particular thing.
Okay.
After it has capped, after it has
Yeah.
capped and reached the max profit, close to max profit, then we could have 700 call or something like that.
Right.
So that was one possibility there. So as you can see that we can simply follow the trend. And the advantage of here is that we are not buying a long call option here. See, because what happened here if you see here after the breakout, it went in a sideways mode for how many days? Almost 4 or 5 days. So
Yes.
now that can test your patience. If you have a simple long call option, that can test your patience.
Yeah.
And and if it would have broken down, you would have been lost as well.
Right.
So that is why I chose always doing the spreads when there is a breakout,
Yeah.
because once I mean you're limiting your loss, you're reducing your max
Correct.
loss compared to your long call option or compared to a future if you would have taken a future. So that is how I would go with this. And in the same way, if you got an anchor column on the downside, you do the same with the put spreads.
Right.
Okay, same strategy. Now, even if there is sideways action, you might lose something, but you will not lose a lot in this case.
Right.
So that is how you follow the trend, and you still
Correct.
stay on the correct side of the trade. Now, similarly, if you look the same thing for TCS. If you look at TCS, same 0.25% column,
Yeah.
and it gave a anchor column here, follow through here, and you can see what has happened here. This
Yeah.
was on 2nd of August. No,
Correct.
I don't even have to do show you the simulation here. It is pretty straightforward. You can imagine what has happened here. You simply
Yeah.
follow through. And of course, this was a bull market, so you got multiple signals like this in multiple stocks. But
Yeah.
I'm just showing the things which I follow. I follow the top 30 or 40 stocks where there is ample liquidity.
Yeah.
So just very simple strategy. You don't have to do too much complex stuff. Uh, you got an anchor column, 15 box anchor column in stocks, and you got a double top buy, and then you simply go long. That's it. Either use
Yeah.
a double bottom sell low as stop loss, or your anchor column low as stop loss, depending on your risk appetite. And that's it. You follow the trend, and then you do that modification that I've talked, and that's it. You do this modification here, and that's it. You don't have to
Yeah.
do
So the
anything
modification has to
further.
be done when it reaches the cap area.
Yeah, when it has almost reaching cap, the cap area, and then
Yeah.
the max profit region when it reaches the max profit
Yeah.
region,
Max profits.
or when it is 50% of the max profit. That is a
Okay.
better way. 50%
Yeah.
of max profit. Then you do that short call, one more short call.
Yeah.
Sorry.
This is a strategy which can be done in a bear market also, as and when the bear market comes.
Yeah, exactly. When actually this, for example, we can check this in Tata Steel. I think in the Tata Steel gave
Yes.
a
Yeah.
breakout.
Actually, it was more of sideways than, yeah, it was bearish only.
Yeah, here if you look here, Tata Steel gave a
Anchor column.
this
Yeah.
anchor column and then you follow through. So now you could have gone here 1380 put and
Right.
1320 or whatever, because depends on here. That is what is important. You cannot simply go by strike price, because when this breaks down, your IVs will be very high.
Correct.
So your 20 delta call will be far away, maybe 1280 or even far away.
Right.
So that's how you have to choose your strike price. So keep it delta based.
Yeah.
I choose 20 delta two short the put option in this case, and then you just follow the trend. And as long
In
as
fact,
this
that
anchor
might
column
be
is not, yeah,
an advantage because in that momentum the IVs have increased. But let's say a
yeah,
couple of days down the line when the stock settles down, the
Yes.
IVs will fall and the out of the money put will fall automatically. So that will be profitable in
Yes.
any case.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you simply move your stop loss to your anchor column. Now here, 1300 was your stop loss, and that's it. You would have exited when this stop loss was hit. And again, we
Right.
wait for the signal, either on the upside or the downside. It doesn't matter.
Correct.
So that way, we keep it simple and not complicate too much in the stock options. And
Yeah.
if you're somebody who don't want to take this risk, like shorting another call or put, just don't do it.
Yeah. Just
Instead,
exit.
what
Just book
yeah,
profit.
instead
That's all.
yeah, instead what you can do is that you can move your spread. So
Okay.
cover that spread, and then go to the next
Next
at the
trade. Yeah.
money set in, and then that's it. That is
Right.
another way of doing this same strategy.
Yeah. Got it.
So, for these signals, you can use scanners on the trade point. And if somebody who don't want to have on 1 minute, this is on 1 minute, you can also do it on daily. In
Yeah.
daily also, you get these kind of signals,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So,
Correct.
that's all from me, AP.
Yeah, I think it was quite an interesting strategy, which is not very difficult to implement, and at the same time it caps your loss. That is extremely important for stock options
Yeah,
because stock can move big in either direction suddenly. Especially Bharti suddenly goes to sleep. Of
yeah,
course, now it has given a strong breakout,
yeah.
but you are protected on the downside, so that will be a good strategy for those kind of stocks.
Yes, exactly. And also, as I said, what starting with spread gives is a patience and
Yeah.
time for you to wait.
It
So,
gives,
for
yeah,
example,
you don't have to necessarily depend on the momentum. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Because we don't know what will, if it breaks out, what
Correct.
will happen after that, we don't know. But if you're, if it's in your favor, it's well and good. But what if it tests you patience for, 5, 10 days, then what will you do? So even if it
Yeah.
is sideways, you may not lose much as long as your stop loss is not taken out. You can wait out your time and let the market do its thing.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
So you don't have to put too much of brain in the trade. You just
Right.
simply follow the charts. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Then let's come to
Okay.
an end of this session, and I think people will benefit as and when they see more breakouts or even breakdowns. Why only breakout? At some point,
Yeah.
definitely market will come down. It can't go up forever.
Yeah.
So they can benefit from this in the future. So thank you, Raghunath, and let's wrap it
Thank
up
you.
then. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys.